You've been told your whole life you're just too sensitive and maybe even called a touch me not. What if your sensitivity is actually your greatest spiritual gift? Let me show you and share with you what's happening with your energy. Maybe you've even been told you're over the top or something that really upset you, I mean, really hurt you deep inside, and something you should be over this by now. Why are you still, what is with you? Why are you still going through this nonsense? Okay, being empathic, being highly sensitive is a gift and sometimes not so much. What's really happening? You are sensing so much energy around you. So not only your own things, your own feelings, your own thoughts, experiences, your own anxieties, we all get them, eagerness, or why I shouldn't have done this and why I shouldn't have done that. Or why can't I do this differently? Why can't I get over this thing so much more quickly? Why does it bother me so much? Well, being understood is not something that many empaths experience or, get from other people. They don't get it because they're not as sensitive. They don't pick up whether you understand or recognize what you're really picking up in the moment or sensing doesn't negate that you're feeling something. In the early days, and still sometimes now, what I mean by the early days, like more than 30 some years ago, this is 2026. I didn't know why I was upset, why I was feeling something off. I just knew it. It just felt wonky. It felt weird. It just felt overwhelming. And this was before I really started understanding that there's this whole thing about energy. Long before I got into crystals, long before I actually was consciously aware of my own guardian angels, which we will get into as well. Being You feel so much, and let's release the fear of being too much, because for those who want to be with you, friends, family, loved ones, a partner, co-workers, whomever that is for you, even yourself. And there are times, there are times, beautiful soul, when I just need to be away from devices, from people, and just be in my own self, away. That is recharging. That is also releasing and letting go. It's not about being, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. It's just, I can't. I can't handle anymore. So let's begin, if you haven't already. Honor your sensitivity as a spiritual gift, not a burden to overcome. Now, sometimes it will feel like a burden. It's like, oh my gosh, can this just stop? Can I just walk into some place? Can I just not feel so much? So here's something that you can do anywhere, anytime, and it takes that long. You can use this is called a physical anchor. I learned this from my mom and dad many years ago. And I use my thumb, well, okay, my thumb, my middle finger and my ring finger, because I use these three for manifesting an intention. And then these three, I'm only holding my fingers up so that you can see them. You don't have to do that. You can do this literally anywhere, even while you're driving, although be very, 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 very careful. If you are where you can, close your eyes for 30 to 60 seconds. That's it. Put your fingers together. Now, if you want to use those fingers, it's not as natural and someone might notice. And this is about not drawing more attention to you. It's about just doing something very natural. I do it with my left hand primarily, but if I need to, I will use both hands. And it's just, you can have your hands in your lap or just on a desktop if you're in a meeting somewhere. So whatever hand you write with, then do your three fingers with the other hand, because it's, if you, all right, I've got an essential oil here. This, I didn't have a pen with me because I never really know what I'm going to share with you in the moment, as it's all guided here now for you. Okay, so pretend this is a pen or a pencil, a marker, whatever. So if you write with your left hand, to put it down and then do this draws attention to what you're doing. So if you write with your, if you're right hand dominant, just do this with your left hand, whether it's in your lap or on the desk. Now, if you're left-handed, you don't want to put your pen down to do this. You just keep writing and do it with your right hand. It works either way. Okay. Imagine. So if you're in a meeting or something, you can't imagine, you can't really close your eyes because that would draw attention to you. So when you are at home in your sacred space, in your meditation space, whatever that is, wherever that is for you, just 60 seconds to set the intention that when you put your three fingers together, right, left hand or right, you automatically, instantaneously invoke, set up, wrap yourself, imagine a bubble of pink light, of rose light around you. That is unconditional love. It helps to repel energies that are coming at you. And it helps to raise your vibration, not so that you feel more or attract more. It is like a filter and you're still present. Okay, so there's that. When you feel something, it is okay. Acknowledge that within and for yourself. You don't have to say anything out loud. If you are in a public space, I remember being on a vacation years ago, and the people I was with, longtime friends, we went to the Arch in St. Louis. It was, oh, I don't know what other event was going on, but all of a sudden, and this was before, well, I had already been studying energy, but not to this degree. So this is, you know, I was working for the Border Patrol, but I don't want to digress too much at all. I felt overwhelmed, and I let my friends know that there were just too many people. I may not have understood that it was all the people or all the energy. I just knew that I was uncomfortable and that it was it was like it was pressing in on me and just, you know, ugh. And I couldn't. But we walked around where people were going, and we did go up in the arch because we had gotten to a place where there were less people. That is a real thing. Feeling all of this energy is real. Others may or may not be aware of it or aware that they are even feeling anything. You are. So what can you do? Put your three fingers together. Just, and you could also say, I am grounded. I am safe. I am protected. I would add nothing else. You don't have to say those words. Please avoid saying, I am protected from feeling so much, because what does your conscious mind do? It focuses on feeling so much. So emotions let us know what we're feeling, of course. So there's like this circle, right? Like a hamster on a wheel. A thought comes and that brings up an emotion. And then the thoughts grow and the more emotions. Now, sometimes it's an emotion that comes and then the thoughts, it's like, okay, what is this? Now, sometimes you walk into someone else's energy or through it. Okay. Now, this isn't the same thing as a crowd or at a meeting where all of a sudden the energies are going kaflooey. This is you were feeling fine, you were feeling good, you were okay. And then all of a sudden, oh, what happened? I used to work in a warehouse environment, and I walked through the warehouse one morning, like many mornings, and all of a sudden was like, oh, wow, what was that? Oh my gosh, why am I feeling this? And this is, an internal dialogue that I was having with myself. So if you all of a sudden your energy changes and you feel uncomfortable, I mean, like, wow, different, light switch on, light switch off kind of thing, just flipped, right? You will most likely have walked through or into a patch of someone else's icky energy. I often use the word junkolitis. So how do you know if it's because now sometimes there's a trigger and you may not even have known it until you're already in it. So how do you tell the difference between what's yours and what isn't? Okay. How did I learn these things? Once I became consciously aware of angels, and that's on another module. I think that's the next one. We're going to get more into your guardian angels and how to connect with them. But I asked, is this coming from me, meaning from within me, or coming to me, as in outside of you, not yours? If it's not yours, just by asking that simple thing, is this coming from me or to me? Coming to you, it dissipates. It just, because it's not yours to carry. Okay, now I'm going to take this a little bit further. This probably isn't in my notes to share with you, and that's okay because we're doing this through guidance and channeling in the moment. I have just a few bullet points, and then we get to expand because this is for you and about you. Now, there are sometimes I wish I did not feel so much, honest to goodness. I just don't. I don't want it to go away. Sometimes it's just too much. Okay. So what was I going to share with you? What was that, angels? Um, I've forgotten. So I guess I wasn't supposed to share it with you. If it comes back in the next moment, I will. Being able to discern the difference between what is coming from you, that was it, thank you, or what's coming to you is huge. When you feel it, whatever the it is in the moment, beautiful soul, identify it. Is it that feeling in your solar plexus like something's off? Or maybe you feel it in your heart center. 90% of the time, most of us feel it in the heart or the solar plexus, not both, or interchangeable. Okay. There's a difference between being comfortable with something or uncomfortable with something, or it's the wrong thing. Uncomfortable is kind of feeling it out here. Being a wrong decision, a wrong meaning not the best decision for you in this moment, at this time, with the whatever you're considering, moving, changing jobs, updating your resume, creating a video, investing in something, whatever it is, if it is not the right time, you will feel it either in your heart center or your solar plexus. If you feel that when you're making a decision or wanting to make a decision and you're unsure, is it just uncomfortable because it's not something you've done before and it's a little ay? Or is it, oh, no, no. Okay, so here's the thing that I wanted to share with you, and the angels help remind me. When you have something, when you are dreaming of something, when you want to manifest something, something that is very sacred to you, keeping it to yourself is keeping it sacred, not secret. And here's why. When you keep something sacred, you're keeping the power, the positive energy to yourself, within yourself. If you were dying, if you just have this urge to say something to somebody, write it in a journal, write it in a special journal. I have different journals for different things, affirmations, um, daily things, and then my sacred manifestations, my sacred desires, my dreams. Okay. Write it in a journal, a notebook. Can be special or just a notebook you get in any store. And you write it out because now if you have one or two friends that are absolutely unconditionally supportive, like you've shared this thing with them and it worked out or it didn't quite work out or it worked out, maybe not now, and no one ever comes back to you and says, well, I was wondering how that was going to happen. That's not unconditional support, because when someone says that to you or even thinks it in their mind, they're already projecting juncolitis energy towards you when they think they're being or trying or pretending to be unconditionally supportive. So now, whether it's in the moment, well, how are you going to do that? Well, don't you need money for that? Don't you? How are you going to get from here to there? So not only do you have your own stuff to work through, now you get to work through all this stuff that somebody else, maybe more than one somebody else, has dumped on top of you. I have enough of my own stuff to work through. Thank you very much. This is something I learned the hard way. Family, my my human biological family, was not very supportive. And so not only did I have my own anxiety, my own um, insecurities to work through, I got to heal the stuff that they said. And we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so I am going to check my notes because I want to make sure that I have, you do not have to toughen up. It is, you are sensitive because you're also tuned in or connected to the collective. So with whether you watch the news or you are, however you are dialed into your life, to your path, to your work, whether you work for yourself or someone else, there's energy around. And it's essential that you understand that it's coming from outside of you. Remember your three fingers, okay? I'm just doing this, not making any signs, just doing this to show you. It's just these two fingers, two fingers and a thumb. So whichever hand you write with, just start practicing this with your other hand so that it becomes very natural, so that when you're feeling overwhelmed, when there's stuff going on, when there are too many people, just that. That's all you have to do. That's a physical anchor. Now, do stay tuned if you would, if you want to. And if you have any questions about what we talked about, what we shared with you today, or something wasn't clear enough from me for you, please put that down there in the comments And next module, we're going to be sharing more with you about your guardian angels and how to tell the difference between conscious mind chitter chatter, the noise, or really coming from your guardian angels, the angelic realm, intuitive guidance, whether it's from source, whomever you connect with. I'm going to be using angels because that's what I am connected with more than other spiritual entities and beings, but I also work with the ascended masters, some gods and goddesses. They made me say that, encouraged me to say that because I do have, now I'm digressing and feeling a little nervous myself, okay? So it may not ever go away. What you feel is real. You are not crazy. You are highly sensitive. And when you feel those things, pay attention. Your energy, your clairsentience, your sensitivity is telling you something. Even if you don't know exactly what it is in that moment, just take a breath, step away if you can, even if it's just mentally and emotionally, and go, okay, what's my next best step? Do I need to leave? 3 fingers. Well, 3 fingers and 2 fingers and a thumb. Okay. But just 3 fingers. Left hand if you're right hand if you're left hand dominant. Use your left hand if you're right hand dominant. That's it. All right, beautiful soul. Until next time, you're not bananas. You are in very good company. That is my humble opinion.